I was diagnosed with malignant melanoma. At that point, he gave me 3 to 6 months to live. 10 months on the diet, I had my first scan, and I was clear, and I've been clear since.
Over the years, I've come to learn that when something doesn't make sense, if you follow the money, you'll usually find the answer. That's when I learned about the business of cancer. As you will soon discover, the search for a cure is hardly the altruistic endeavor you've been led to believe. In fact, it's quite the opposite. Even worse, when you look at the hard numbers, our current cancer treatments are appallingly ineffective. But when it comes to taking money from people by making false claims, no one does it better than conventional mainstream medicine. A cure is just around the corner has been the standard public relations pitch used to pump money into the cancer industry. The medical profession generally considers any drug with less than 30% effectiveness to be no better than a placebo. What you see from studies conducted over the last 50 years is that for our major cancers, the effectiveness of conventional treatments is far less than a sugar pill.
The first thing people have to realize, and I deal with a lot of cancer patients, is this is a slow-growing disease. And they've got time to think about this.
In many cases, doctors will try to rush a person to make a decision right then, and they scare them by saying, we have no time to wait.
That I needed to immediately do chemotherapy, radiation, and then a bone marrow transplant. And that they were also going to do a double mastectomy just in case I ended up with breast cancer.
The tumor becomes resistant and actually turns this chemical poison into food. But then it doesn't work anymore. All it does is poison, poison. You cannot heal with poison.
They've had the chemotherapy and the radiation, and for a while they thought that they were cured.
Over 90% of the people that have cancer will have a cancer return. And this is what they're telling us.
Well, you think about it as recurrence. It's actually not recurrence at all. It's just continuation of the disease.
She went in operation on Monday. They shocked her with chemotherapy. 2 weeks later, she was dead. And they said that she had an overreaction to the chemotherapy. What the hell was that overreaction to chemotherapy?
If you had breast cancer in 1930 and you have breast cancer today, your prognosis is pretty much the same. Nothing has really changed.
When studies have compared treated and untreated patients, they show untreated patients actually live longer than treated patients. A few years back, there were headline articles reporting a 49% decrease in the incidence of breast cancer in women who took tamoxifen for 5 years. In fact, the 49% benefit is a relative number. The absolute benefit was only 1.5%. What do you think about healthy women getting preventive mastectomies in order to avoid breast cancer?
We could actually turn on and turn off cancer. You know, can cancer really be reversed? Can it be reversed by just simply altering nutrient intake? That's something that was unheard of.
My oncologist told me that if I didn't do any kind of cancer treatments, she would not put me on disability. So I was not put on disability. And within 6 days, after being in bed for 9 months, after 6 days I was able to get up, and I took my first shower.
My doctor told me I would die in 6 months to a year at the maximum. The lump that was in my breast was about the size of $0.50. In 1 month, it was about the size of a dime. That's how dramatically it shrunk.